Hello students, welcome to the Knowledge Formation channel. I Sheikh Muhammad Sabaudin, a teacher as well as a student of physics. Today I am going to take online class on class 11 topic mathematical tools. So let's start. Let's start with 6 topics on mathematical tools. First, trigonometric ratios. Second, some important trigonometric relations. Third, trigonometric ratios of some standard angles. Fourth, trigonometric ratios of some allied angles. 5, differentiation. 6, integration. Differentiation and integration are new points, new topics which will be discussed in class 11. Up till class 10 you are already informed of the trigonometry, but differentiation and integration will be new for class 11. So let's start with point number 1. From class 10 we already know the formula for sine theta is equal to P by H, perpendicular by hypotenuse, cos theta, base by hypotenuse, tan theta, perpendicular by base. We can calculate this, find out this from this right angle triangle. We can see here the angle is theta and its opposite side is perpendicular, it is base, it is hypotenuse. So we can remember this formula by a special technique. Let us remember two names, Pandit Bhandari Prasad and Hari Bole. So we can see that P by H will be sin theta, B by H will be cos theta, P by B will be tan theta. So there is also some another techniques to remember these formulas. Now we also know that cosec equal to 1 by sin theta, sec equal to 1 by cos theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. So this is not new thing. This we know from class 10. Now let us discuss second point. Second point is some important trigonometric relations. So this formula you have already seen in class 10. Some formulas are new to you. These are some new formulas. You have to memorize it. This will help you in sums up till formula number 18. Now let us discuss point number 3. Point number 3 is trigonometry ratio for some standard angles. You have already discussed in class 10 also. The value for sin theta is this, sin 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree. These values are given here. For sin 0 degree it will be 0. For sin 30 degree it will be half. For sin 45 1 by root 2. Sin 60 degree root 3 by 2. Sin 90 degree 1. And for cos theta it will be just opposite, just reverse. 1 will be written here, cos 0 degree 1, cos 30 degree will be root 3, just reverse. Cos 45 same value. Now cos theta will be, cos 60 degree will be 1 by 2, which is just diagonally like this, and cos theta, cos 90 degree will be 0, which is the value of cos 0 degree. And what is the value of tan theta? Tan theta formula is sin theta by cos theta. So sin by cos 0 by 1 it will give 0. 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2 it will give 1 by root 3. Similarly we can find out 1 by 0 will be undefined, infinity. So these values you have to memorize it. But when you are asked to find out the value of sin 135 degree, then what will you do? So these are called allied angles, 135 degree. How will you find out the value of sin 135 degree? You have to break sin 135 degree into sin 90 degree plus 45 degree. So it will give, what it will give, you can see this in the picture that I have drawn a graph in which four quadrants are there. Here it is in the first quadrant, it is all means sine, tan, cos, all the values will be positive. And in the first quadrant the value of sine theta will be positive. In the second quadrant sine will be positive. In the third quadrant the value of tan theta will be positive, and in the fourth value of cos theta will be positive. So let's find out the value of sine 135 degree. So you can see in the picture sine 90 degree plus 45 degree. Here in this screen you can see that sine 90 degree plus theta, and this value of theta should always be less than 90 degree in all the cases. So sine 90 degree plus 45 degree will give you cos 45 degree with a plus sign. Why? Sine 90 plus theta, it will fall in the second quadrant. This we can see it will fall sine 90 degree plus 45 degree means 135 degree will fall in the first quadrant, and here the value of sine theta is positive. So we will get positive sign here, and sine 90 is there, so 90 odd value is there. We will write for this, it will be cos 45 degree, and the value of cos 45 degree we know it is 1 by root 2. So this is the answer for sine 135 degree. Similarly we can find the value for cos 135 degree. We can break it in cos 90 degree plus 45 degree. So cos 90 plus 45, what will be it? We can see in the picture that cos 90 degree plus theta is sine theta with a negative sign. Why negative? Because cos 90 plus theta means first quadrant, 90 plus theta. Now in first quadrant sine is positive, but cos is not positive, cos is negative, only sine will be positive. Cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. So in this case it will be minus sign, and cos 90 means it will be sine theta, sine 45 degree, and the value will be minus sine 45 means 1 by root 2. So the value for cos 135 degree is minus 1 by root 2. Similarly tan 90 degree plus theta is equal to cot theta with a minus sign. Okay, cos. Now let us discuss what is the value of sine 180 degree plus theta. Now sine 180 degree plus theta means 180 plus something means it will come in the third quadrant, and the third quadrant only tan theta is positive and sine cos value are negative. So sine 180 degree plus theta means it will be negative sign, only positive for tan theta. And what will be sine theta? Sine will remain as sine only, because you have to remember that only 90 degree and for 270 degree the value will change from sine to cos or cos to sine, tan to cot. You can see here tan to cot for 90 degree and 270 degree means 90 into 1 and 90 into 3, odd multiple of 90. But for even multiple of 90, here you can see that sine 180 degree means sine 180 degree means it will be sine 180 degree plus theta means sine 90 into 2 plus theta. So it is even multiple of 90. So even multiple of 90 will give sine only. So sine will remain as sine. Now you can see that sine 180 degree plus theta is sine theta, and minus sign will be there. cos 180 degree plus theta will be cos theta and minus n, because here cos is positive in the fourth quadrant, and tan 180 degree plus theta will be tan theta. Here it will be positive sign because 180 degree plus theta in this third quadrant tan will be positive. Similarly for 360 degree, sin 360 degree plus theta. So 360 degree plus theta means first quadrant. So first quadrant we can see all values will be positive. Sin, tan, cos, all. So here it will be positive sign, and 360 degree means 90 into 4. So even number. 90 into 4 is even. So it will be sin theta. We can see here the value of sin 360 degree minus theta. 360 degree minus theta will fall in this quadrant. 360 minus something. Fourth quadrant only cos is positive. So the value of sin will be negative. And we can also see here the value of 270 degree, sin 270 plus theta, it will be minus cos theta. So this is the value. In this way we can find out the value of allied angles, sin 135 degree, cos 135 degree. So what will be the value of tan 240 degree? It will be tan 180 degree plus 60 degree. Now tan 180 means 90 into 2. That means it will be tan, and it will be 60 degree. Now 180 plus 60. 180 plus 60 means it will fall in this quadrant. In this quadrant tan value is positive. So here it will be positive sign, and the value of tan 60 degree we know it is root 3. So the value of tan 240 degree is root 3. This we can find out in another way also. How? Instead of tan 180 degree plus 60 degree, we can write it as tan, here it is 270 degree minus 30 degree. So 270 minus 30 means 240. So tan 270 means tan 270 will be divided into 90 into 3 minus 30 degree. 90 into 3, this is odd. Odd means tan will become cot. Now 270 minus 30. 270 minus 30. Minus means it will fall in this quadrant. In this quadrant it is positive. So here it will be positive sign, and here will be 30 degree. Now what is the value of cot 30 degree? The value of cot 30 degree is root 3, because tan 30 degree is 1 by root 3. So cot means 1 by tan. So it will be root 3. So the answer will be same. Remember the value of pi radian is equal to 180 degree. If you are asked in the question to convert an angle of, say, convert angle 43 degree 37 minute into radian, from degree to radian, we have to convert it in radian. So what you have to do? We know that 180 degree is equal to pi radian. So 1 degree will be equal to pi by 180 degree. Pi by 180 degree. So it is converted into radian. 1 degree means pi by 180 radian. Therefore this degree, 43 degree 37 minute, will be equal to pi by 180 into 43 degree 37 minute. It will come out to be 0.762 radian. So this is the answer. Now let us discuss new topic, differentiation, derivative. What is differentiation? We know that plus sign, minus sign, multiplication and division, these are all called operation. If we operate plus sign between two numbers 5 plus 2, it will give a new number 7. If we operate minus sign between two numbers, say 5 minus 4, it will give 1. So these sign, these are actually operation. It is doing operation between, operators are doing operation between two numbers and giving new number. 5 into 3, it will give 15. 15 divided by 3, it will give 5. So this positive, negative, multiplication, division, these are operator. Similarly, differentiation, it is d by dx. It is given by d by dx. It is also operator. D by dx of something, some value, will give a new value. In this picture, you can see that d by dx of c, where c is some constant value. Constant means 1, 2, 3, 4, any digit, any numbers. So d by dx of some constant value will give new number, new value, it is 0. So any constant value derivative, differentiation, is always 0. Actually differentiation is also called derivative. So we can see that d by dx is what? It is operator. It is operating on a new some variable, and it gives some new value. Now you see the point number 2. This formula is very important. D by dx of x to the power n. What it will give? This n will come in the front side, and here the power will be reduced by 1. So xn will give n xn minus 1. And similarly d by dx of u to the power n. So if u is a function of x, I will show this all formula with the help of the example, the question given here. If I solve this question, these formulas will become very clear. So you can see this d by dx of u to the power n will give, n will come in the front, and u n minus 1, again du dx, because it is the derivative with respect to x, but here u is given. If it is x, then the formula will be this, but if it is u, where u is a function of x, then again you have to do du dx. And formula number 4, ddx of cu, where c is nothing but constant. So constant will come in front. If there is only constant, then it will be 0, but if it is constant and u, then c will come in front, and the derivative will be only du dx. Now let us see this formula: u plus v plus minus w plus minus dot dot. So ddx of this sum of the x functions, we can break it into du dx plus minus dv dx plus minus dw dx. So these 5 formulas will be clear to you if we do these sums. With the help of this sum, it will be very clear. So I have written the sum on the board. ddx of this function, how to solve it? First we will solve this value, ddx of 3x to the power 4, then minus sign. We can see this ddx of so many values, u plus minus v plus minus w. We have to break it in du dx, dv dx. So we will break all the terms shown on the board. How we will break? See, it is minus sign, again ddx of 7x square plus ddx of 5x plus ddx of 9. So how to solve the first expression? We can see it here. The value ddx, formula number 4, ddx of cu, c will come from c is the constant value, will come in the front direction. So here 3x to the power 4, 3 will come in the front, and ddx of x to the power 4 will be there. Similarly, in this case 7 will come, 7 is constant, it will come in the front, minus 7 ddx of x square plus ddx of 5x, 5 will come from ddx of x, and at last plus ddx of 9. 9 is constant value. Here we can see, we can use this formula number 1. ddx of any constant value, it is always 0. So ddx of 9 will be 0. Now what we will do with this? 3 will be written here, and ddx of x to the power 4. So we can see that ddx of x to the power n will come in the front, and it will be x n minus 1. So 4 will come in front, and it will be x 4 minus 1 means 3. Similarly, this expression 7 ddx of x square, 2 will come in the front, and it will be x 2 minus 1 means 1. Now we can see this 5, it is ddx of x, nothing is there means there is 1. So ddx of x to the power 1 will come in front, and it will be x 1 minus 1 mane 0. So it will remain as 1 only. So the value will become 12x cube minus 14x plus 5. So the second sum is given for you to solve. Now let us discuss the formulas 6 with the help of the sum given here. The sum is given here, ddx of u into v, it will be broken into u dv dx plus v du dx. Let us discuss these sums. 3x plus 2 for 4x minus 5. So we can see in the board u will come front, one time u ddx of v plus v ddx of u. So in these sums we can see, we can take this as u and take this as v. So we will break this. First u will come front, means 3x plus 2 ddx of v. So v is this one, 4x minus 5, plus v will come front, v means 4x minus 5 ddx of 3x plus 2. So we have to solve this. So 3x plus 2 ddx of 4x, so it will be 4 ddx of x, means it is 1, minus ddx of 5, 5 is constant, ddx of 5 is 0, plus 4x minus 5 ddx of 3x, so 3 will come in front, and ddx of x is 1, plus ddx of 2, it is constant, ddx of constant value is 0. So the answer will be 4 3x plus 2 plus 3 4x minus 5. It will be 4 3 12x plus 8 plus 4 3 12x minus 15. So it will be 24x minus 7. So I have done C. You try to do number D. Now let us see formula number 7, ddx of u by v. This is uv multiplication, this is u by v division. This will give this formula, and this we can see with the help of this example how to solve this. So let us come to the blackboard. So let us solve problem number E with formula number 7. So we can see in the blackboard that ddx of u by v is v du dx minus u dv dx by v square. So this is u and this is v. So we have to write v first. V is x square plus x plus 1, then ddx of u means this term, x square plus x, sorry, it is minus x plus 1, minus sign, u, x square minus x plus 1 ddx of again v means x square plus x plus 1 divided by v square. V means this term, so it will be x square plus x plus 1 whole square. Now we have to solve this. How to solve this? We will write first expression x square plus x plus 1 ddx of this term. This term will be 2x minus 1, differentiation of x is 1, minus of x square plus x plus 1 ddx of x square. Again 2 will come in front, it will be 2x plus ddx of x will be 1 by v square, x square plus x plus 1 whole square. When we will solve this, multiply this and solve this, the expression will come out 2x square minus 1 by x square plus x plus 1 whole square. So this is the answer. Now I have solved E. F will be homework for you. Now let us see the differentiation of trigonometric terms. This you have to memorize. ddx of sin x is cos x, ddx of cos x equal to minus sin x, ddx of tan x, x square x, this all you have to memorize up till here. ddx of log x to the base a, it will be 1 by x log e, but ddx of log x to the base e, it is 1 by x. So here it is difference, it is log e x, it is log a x. One more thing, ddx of e to the power x will give you e to the power x, means there is no change. ddx of ax will give you ax log a. So we will solve problem number I and see what is the change. But before that we have to solve problem number G, sin 3x. So we can see in the board ddx of sin 3x will be equal to, here in the screen ddx of sin x it is cos x, but it is not sine x, it is sine 3x. So actually the general formula is ddx of sine mx will give you m, differentiation of sine mx will be cos mx with m in front. Sin x is cos x, ddx of sin x is cos x, so ddx of sin mx will be cos mx. But again this part you have to differentiate, so if you will differentiate, this m will come in front. So what will be the formula for this? ddx of sin 3x, it will give you cos 3x. Again you have to differentiate on this term, means ddx of 3x. So ddx, so cos 3x and ddx of again this term, it will give you 3, just 3. So the answer will be, this 3 will come in front, cos 3x. So this is the answer. Now let us solve this problem. We can see that ddx of log x is 1 by x. So ddx of log 2 by x, what it will be? So we can see that ddx of log x is 1 by x. So ddx of log 2 by x, it will be 1 by x, means this term, and again we have to differentiate this term, means ddx of 2 by x. So we will get, x will go up, it will be x by 2, and ddx of 2 by x, it will give 2 will come in front and x will go up, then it will become ddx of x to the power minus 1. This two cancels, so it will be x. Now ddx of minus 1, what it will be? We have already seen the formula, ddx of x to the power n. It gives, n will come front, it will be x n minus 1. So ddx of x to the power minus 1, it is n is minus 1 here, so minus 1 will come in front, it will be x minus 1, n is minus 1 here, and again minus 1. So it will be minus x to the power minus 2. So what is the answer will be? It will be minus x into 1 by x square. It will be minus 1 by x. This is the answer. Now let us study last formula of differentiation, chain rule. Find dy dx if y equal to this and u equal to this. So what is chain rule? I will solve problem number K and L will be homework for you. So we will solve chain rule. In the board you can see that the value of y is this and u equal to x square plus 1. We have to find out dy by dx. Now dy by dx, by chain rule we can break it into dy du into du dx. This du will cancel and again it will come dy dx. So we have to find out this expression and find out this expression, and we will multiply this, we will get the answer. So what is dy du? Du y, the value of y is u square plus u plus 1. So dy du is equal to this. Now ddu of u square. So before we have seen the derivative, we have done ddx of x. Now we are doing ddu of u. Similarly you can do dd y of y, dd theta of theta square. So we can do the derivative of something with respect to that only, theta with respect to theta, y with respect to y. Now let us see dd of u square, you will get 2u 2 will come front, plus dd of u equal to 1. And what is the value of du dx? Du dx will be equal to d dx. The value of u is x square plus 1. So it is d dx of x square means it is 2x. So we get the value of this 2. Now we will put it here. dy du will be equal to 2u plus 1 and du dx is equal to 2x. Now we can put the value of u here. It is x square plus 1, so it will be 2x square plus 1 plus 1 into 2x. So what will be the answer? If you will calculate, then the answer will come out 2x into 2x square plus 2 plus 1 means it will be 3. So this is the answer for the chain rule. So try to solve question number L with the help of chain rule. Now we will discuss the new topic, integration, Samakal in Bengali. So what is integration? Similar to differentiation, integration is also an operator. It is just the reverse of differentiation. We can see the formula number 1. In formula number 1 we can see the integration which is represented by this sign. So integration of d dx. So differentiation and integration are the reverse. So it cancels and it will give just x. And a constant will be there. This is called C equal to integration constant. Similarly, we can see formula number 2. It is different from differentiation. Formula number 2 is integration of x to the power n dx. So what will be the result? It will be x n plus 1 by n plus 1. It is different from differentiation. In differentiation, we have seen that differentiation of x to the power n gives n will come in front and it will be x n minus 1. But in integration, you can see that it is just reverse. The power will be added and it will come down, n plus 1 by n plus 1. So in the board you can see this. So if we solve this, if you are given the question, find out the integration of x cube dx. So the answer will be x n plus 1 means 3 plus 1 means 4 by 4 plus c, integration constant. So this is the answer. So we can see here point number 3 also, d dx of x is log x. We have seen that in differentiation d dx of log x, it is 1 by x. So in integration we know d dx of log x, it gives 1 by x. So we know differentiation is the just reverse of integration. If we put dx here, d of log x and dx is raised here, dx by x, and we integrate both sides integration. So d of log x and integration of log x, this will cancel each other, d and integration, so it will become log x. So integration of dx by x gives answer log x plus c. So you can see it in this formula that d by dx is equal to dx by x integration, it is log x. So it is nothing different. In board we can see that the differentiation of log x gives 1 by x, so an integration of 1 by x gives log x, just the reverse. Again we can see integration of ex dx is ex itself and ax dx is x by log a. In differentiation it was ax means x log a. Here it is beside, but here it is below. And we can see integration of sin x dx is equal to minus cos x. Now in differentiation we have seen ddx of cos x gives minus sin x. So if we integrate this we will get just the reverse, this answer. How it will be possible? See, if we write d of cos x is equal to, if you put dx here, it will be sin x dx, integrating both sides. So d of cos x and integration of cos, these two cancels and it will be cos x. Let the minus sign be put here, integration of sin x dx. So integration of sin x dx gives cos x minus cos x plus c, integration constant. So we can see the formula comes here, integration of sin x dx equal to minus cos x. So integration and differentiation are just the reverse. So here are more formulas. This you have to memorize while doing sums. Slowly and slowly all will be settled in your head. So with the help of integration I am going to solve these two sums for you, sum number a and sum number b. So let's see on the blackboard. So let's start sum number a on blackboard. Integration of 1 by root x dx. How to solve this? Actually 1 by root x means x to the power half dx. Then this half will become minus half when it will go up. Now x to the power n dx. What is the formula? It is n plus 1 by again this term. So the value will come out x to the power half by 1 minus half plus c. So actually it will be 2 x half means root x plus c. So this is the answer. Now you can solve question number b like this. It will divide, you will divide this x square in dx plus integration of second term sin x dx plus integration of third term 1 by x dx, and the value of all these you have to find out. Now let me solve question number c. It will be different experience. Question number c is integration of sin x by cos square x dx. We can break this term in two pieces, like cos square x can be broken in 1 by cos x, and the second term is sin x by cos x dx. So it will be sin x cos x into cos x, cos square x. Now what is 1 by cos x? 1 by cos x is actually sec x, and sin x by cos x is tan x dx. Now integration of sec x tan x dx you can see it in the formula. It is actually sec x plus c. So this is the answer. Now let us come to problem number 17, integration by substitution. What is substitution? Let me show with the help of this example. Here you can see that tan x, integration of tan x dx can be broken into tan x means sin x by cos x dx. So let cos x, this is the method of substitution, let cos x be z. So ddx of cos x, so ddx of cos x is equal to ddx of z. So what we will get, ddx of cos x means it is value of cos x will come out to be minus sin x is equal to dz dx. Raise this dx here, so we can write minus sin x dx is equal to dz, or we can take minus sign here also. So we can see in this formula we can put cos x is equal to z. So in place of cos x we can write z. And what is sin x dx? Sin x dx is equal to minus dz. So it will be minus dz. So minus dz by z. Now dx by x is what? Dx by x integration we get log x. So dz by dz will be log z to the base e plus c. Now what is the value of z? Z is equal to cos x minus log to the base e cos x plus c. C is integration constant. This is the answer for you. So this is integration by substitution method. Now let us come to point number 18, integration by parts. This is the most important part of integration. What is the formula for this? We can see the formula written here. What is that? It is integration of u v dx. U and v are the functions of x. So integration by parts, what it do? You will come outside of integration and it will be v dx minus integration of full term. Again we have to do differentiation of the first term into integration of the second term, and again this whole term integration. So first term integration of the second term minus integration of the whole term. Whole term means differentiation of the first term and integration of the second term. So this is integration by parts formula. Let us solve problem number F and we can see how it is solved. So integration of x e to the power x dx. So x is written in front, v dx means ex dx minus integration of the first term differentiation means ddx of u. U is actually x here and it is v. So ddx of x into integration of v dx. V means ex dx and integration of the whole term. Now ex dx integration will remain as ex minus ddx of x means it is 1 into ex dx means it is ex into dx. So the answer is x ex minus ex dx means it will remain as integration will remain as e to the power x. So the answer is ex x minus 1 plus c, integration constant. So I have solved f, you should solve g and h. Now there is a technique to solve this. If there are two functions, how to decide which is u, which is first term, which is second term? The technique is ILATE, ILATE. I for inverse, L for logarithm, A for algebraic, T for trigonometric, E for exponent. So you have to follow ILATE rule. Inverse will, if inverse and logarithmic term are given, so then inverse term will be first function u and logarithmic will be second term. If a and t, algebraic and trigonometric term will be given, then a will always be, see here, this is x cos x. X is algebraic term and cos x is trigonometric term. So x will be u and cos x will be v. So ILATE is the formula for preference wise. Now what we have solved earlier, here there was no limit, lower and upper limit. So this integration are called indefinite integral. Now we will solve definite integral. What do you mean by definite integral? In integration there is limit, lower limit and upper limit. These are called definite integral. Let us solve question number 1 and you will solve question number j. I will solve question number I, you will solve j. So how to solve? Let us see definite integral. So integration of x dx. So integration of x dx is what? X to the power n plus 1 means x square by n plus 1, 2. So n plus 1 by n, 2. So this is the integration of x dx. Now we will give third bracket and the lower limit will be put here and the upper limit here. And what is the technique? First we will put the value of upper limit here like this. Value of x will be 2, it is square by 2 minus the value of lower limit means 0 square by 2. So the answer will be 2 minus 0 means the answer is 2. So this is the actually expression to solve definite integral. In this case we don't write the value of integration constant is always, we don't have to write c, just we have to write the answer because it is definite integral, you get the definite value, so c is not required here. So I have finished mathematical tools part of physics. There are more sums on differentiation and integration, but actually this is the chapter of mathematics. In physics portion we requires little concept of differentiation and integration. Hope these are enough for class 11 and 12 part. Thank you. So subscribe for the next video and you can ask your question in the comment section. Thank you.